right. It's been a long and grueling game, but I'm finally ready to take her home. Ah, draw all the cards, gain all the life, mash all the face. GG. All the board wipes couldn't stop us. What is going on, everybody? It's me, Severin7, and today I have a surprise for you. A Gruul surprise. Today we're going to be playing Smuggler Surprise, Genesis Wave, and a whole bunch of rampy goodness and big fat fatties to crush our opponent's spirits out of nowhere. It is awesome, it is a blast, and it is good. So let's put it through 40 games on the ladder to see how it does. Let's get right into that deck list. All right, here we are. Surprise Wave, I'm calling it. It is all about ramp. We are doing everything in our power to ramp and play Genesis Waves and Smuggler Surprises and putting a bunch of big fat fatties on the board and either winning through Terror of the Peaks triggers or Calamity Terror of the Peaks combo or Calamity Overlord of the Boiler Bilges combo or any number of other ways. We've got a couple of Vaultborn Tyrants, a couple of Italis in there also to just help us draw cards, gain life, and sometimes we can win even without casting any of those spells because we just ramp so hard that we can just play an Itali on turn 4 or 5, which is pretty ridiculous. So all the ramp, we've got Land of War Elves, we've got Glimpse the Cores, we've got Heaped Harvest, we've got Overlord of the Hauntwoods. That is a lot of ramp. We also have 3 Burst Lightnings to help us deal with early creatures, as well as 3 Monstrous Emergences. The Monstrous Emergence is nice because it allows us to take advantage of the fact that we like to hold on to our big creatures, and we can kind of bite an opponent's creature with one of our huge things, so it basically becomes a 2 mana deal 6 or 7 or at least 5, 4 or 5. Most of our creatures have 5 to 7 tough attack, so it ends up being a very good removal spell. We have a little bit of extra life gain here in the Heaped Harvest, as well as once we get a Vaultborn Tyrant going, and it's a simple deck. It's not complicated. We are just ramp, smash your opponent's face in. Genesis Wave is a ridiculous card. We can easily do this for 8, 9, 10 mana on like turn 6 if we have a good ramp. And yeah, so this deck is great. I'm having a blast playing it. I played it on the stream last night for a few games and we were crushing it, so I decided to make a full video about it, put it through 40 games, and see how it does. So let's get right into those games. I'm ready, Emperor K. All right, Mr. Emperor. Hopefully I will have some surprises for you. Not with this hand, I won't. This is a little better. We will put back the Burst Lightning, I think. Taking a risk. We need a 3rd land, but on the play, I think we put back the Burst Lightning, keep the Monstrous Emergence. Any land and we're good. Beautiful. All right, it's the mere something. Founding of the 3rd path. It's mill. Start a course. Valerian Mindbreaker, interesting. All right. Mill. It almost seems more like they're bent on milling us, but they're milling themselves. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little confused. Oh, Cruel Samnophage. All right. Well, Heaped Harvest. Get a mountain. I'll crack it at the end of their turn. Bluff that I have some kind of answer to things. When it's going to chart a course. They actually cast it. That's great for us. That means they're not doing anything super valuable this turn, except maybe casting a Samnophage, which is currently just a 1/1. There's their 3rd blue source, so they can mind break us now. All right, so there's the Samnophage. All right, how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can... I don't know what the right answer is here. If we let them mind break, they're hitting us for 6, 7... Well, no, this will go down. So they're hitting us for 7 and milling half our library. I think the right play here is to Genesis Wave for 5. There we go. Missing out on the Calamity sucks, but it is what it is. And then we'll Monstrous Emergence this. If they want to mind break us, that's fine. Gives us another turn to... That'll put us to 20. Edict, okay. That, again, is pretty much all they're doing this turn, then. Undercity Sewers. And what? And they're going to make us mill 4. Okay, well, thank God, because that would have been the 4 things I milled. Trying to find a creature. So I'm actually kind of thankful for that. All right, we get another Overlord. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we should be able to do... Okay, well, we can't do anything about that. Opponent's gonna fetch with their Fabled Passage. All right, can we find 2 good creatures in the top 4 of our library? Please and thank you. Well, we found 1 good creature. Hey! Pass the turn. That was a super great draw. Probably would have been a little better, but can't complain about Vaultborn Tyrant. Okay, so I guess we have to ditch the Burst Lightning. Do they have another one of those? Oh man. Jeez.
I'll take note of all your failures.
Oh, and we were gonna frickin' draw a terror too. We don't have enough mana to do both of these. I don't know what the better play is though. We have 28 cards left. He can mill half of it with Mindbreaker. Much as I don't like it, I think Atali is the right play. That didn't help much. Mill the opponent. Samnophage doesn't have trample, thankfully. That's fine. That's how they want to spend their turn. I am completely cool with that. I'm sure that they have an edict here, though. The only reason they would have been cool with that. Or Terror Tide, that works too. All right.
You can be made to obey.
I think. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So we can do it for 9. We have to hit both Overlord of the Boiler bilges we have left in the deck to win. And we did it! Look at that. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Sorry, I got quiet there for a minute. I was trying to see what I had left to hit with Genesis Wave in the deck. Senor Cargaro. Let's get to it. It's surprise time. This is a great looking hand. We got ramp on 2 if we want it, and removal on 2 if we need it. It looks like, unfortunately, we might need it. I don't think I'm willing to risk letting this survive for a turn. I will risk having to slow my ramping plan down to keep that from killing me. Heartfire Hero is such a house all by itself. Okay, that was unfortunate that we didn't draw land there, but it is what it is. We've got Overlords. We do have a Genesis Wave, but if we could find a Smuggler surprise, we actually have the combo in hand. Opponent is doing nothing. That is quite helpful. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get an Overlord down over the Harvest. Just to get the clock ticking on that. The Coffiny Scamp. All right, so Bane Spitter. Now we got to worry about. So there, it looks like we just have to worry about them absolutely murdering us with. Oh god, they have more. Okay, well that was a fantastic draw. Kind of. Man, I wish we had not drawn a land. Have we? No. I have to get rid of that though. If I don't, then he gets to smack me for 5 plus God knows what other pump spells he has in his hand and then kill me probably. So this looks like the deck that is literally just built around those 2 cards. Thankfully we hit a land this time. I'm gonna take the risk here and play Terror of the Peaks so that anything he plays I can at least kill by playing Overlords. And if we draw an untapped land, we can just win. Okay. Well, he does have a black land, so there's a chance he has black-based removal, but I doubt it. I really think the Black Cleave Cliffs is just for the Callous Sellsword, so we're going to take the risk. We're gonna take the risk. Did we get there? All right, crisis averted. GG. Didn't even have to use fancy stuff. We just curved into the win. Now that's what I call damage. Volume 10. All right. Ballinger. Let's give them the business. We go first. We got elves and we got rampity ramp. Well, our elves are the rampity ramp. See what our opponent has. Do they have removal for our elves? Can they slow us down? If not, we're going to be playing Terror of the Peaks. Oh, Heartfire Hero. Okay. Who's faster? Honest to God, I will be happy if he blocked. I'll take it. I am willing to take having to slow down if it means slowing him down. Emberheart Challenger. No block. And besides, we drew an Overlord anyway. I'm going to leave this back in case he has non-trample based pump spells and we need to block. How dead are we? Swift Spear. Swift Spear. Monstrous Rage. Oh my god. That's a lot of damage. Gotta land off of that. No, I'm definitely gonna block something. Gotta block what I can. Alright. Emberheart Challenger. Witchstalker's Frenzy. Great. Gosh, Mono Red's a fair deck. GG. B Barber 1982. We get to go first. I like this hand. Please don't play a mountain. Cool. I'll take it. I should have played the Copperline Gorge. I am bad at Magic. That's okay. Don't be like me. Play the correct lands. Thankfully, we're not being too punished for it. We didn't have anything to play on for anyway. And now we can play Terror. Get in for one. See if the opponent has a board clear here. They do. See if the opponent has another board clear. Looks like they probably have a Sunfall this turn, maybe. Soul Partition. Hey, I can still replay that. And they will. Save up as much money for this Genesis wave as I can. Opponent is nagging our dude, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. More lands means bigger Genesis wave. Right now we're sitting at 7, which is pretty, because that means we can hit anything in our deck that we find. Sunfall. Our Overlord lives. That's actually pretty sweet. But I have a feeling he's got something for it. What is it? This town ain't big enough? Why not just pay full price? What? Why not just pay full price for this town ain't big enough? Okay. Well, I mean, you're just giving me more ammo for my Genesis wave, so I'll take it. Because our goal is not to win through attack damage with Genesis wave. Our goal is to Genesis wave into a way to win that turn, hopefully. Opponent has something they can do, or there wouldn't be a stick here. I am very curious what that is. Go ahead and activate this ridge line. No sense in... Okay, binding, sure. They can't hit the ridge line, so... Put them down to 13. Camille, the Inner Sun. Alright, well this is probably the turn we have to Genesis wave. Up the beanstalk. Yep, because it's only going to get worse from here. But now we have lots and lots of mana, so... Ooh, or do I just play Vaultborn Tyrant? I think I just play Vaultborn Tyrant. Calamity. Go ahead and get another land. And if they don't have exile-based removal for the Tyrant, then I can just Calamity next turn. Sunfall, okay. Three mana left. Another Beanstalk. All right. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. The biggest reason I've held off on doing this is because there's no guarantee we're winning off this. Yeah, see, we didn't even actually hit a way to win, so... But we did hit a good amount of stuff, and then we do have a way to win in our hand. So even if he finds a way to deal with this... Do we have any more? Opponent activates their incubator token. So if you've been sitting here watching this game going, why don't you just Genesis Wave? Why do you keep choosing to play stuff instead of Genesis Wave? That's why. Because although that wasn't a bad Genesis Wave, we didn't win the game on the spot. And I didn't want to play Overlord and Calamity this turn and risk the opponent having an answer. Sunfall. That seems slightly counterintuitive, but the opponent's tapped out now, so now I know we win. So, GG opponent. There's literally nothing they can get here off Camille that's going to save them. Big mistake to tap out. So glad the overlords aren't legendary. Pow pow. Pow pow. GG. We got him. All right. Hasegawa. Let's see how we do against Hasegawa. Give him the surprise. Well, it looks like we're going to be giving him the wave this game, maybe. Opponent's going first. Let's see what they play. If they don't play something we absolutely need to kill on turn 1, then we can play Llanowar Elves. As our Llanowar Elves look. Guildgate. Ooh. Can I outrun gates? The answer is probably, especially with another heaped harvest here. We can ramp up pretty quickly. Finds a Maze's End. Plays the Maze's End. I have a forest in hand, so I'm just going to keep grabbing mountains so that I still have targets for my forest only ramp if I end up drawing it. Spelunking. Very good. Opponent is off to an okay start for their gates here. Temple of Plenty. That's not a gate, so that does not count towards their gate count. I'm just going to go ahead and attack with Calamity. They want to block it with their wall. That is fine with us. We'll see if they have a board wipe. I'm assuming that they do. A deck like this has to run Sunfalls and board wipes and things, but then we still can Genesis Wave for 6. Which hits a majority of our deck. They don't have a board wipe. They're probably in a lot of trouble because we should get something off Genesis Wave that we can kill them with Calamity, maybe. All right, well, they bounce the Maze's End to their hand. They haven't played a land this turn, so they can play the Maze's End and then still remove Contagious Vorak. All right. Can we do it? So 3 is for 7. Tali, Terror. Yeah, we'll take all that. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Opponent is super dead. No more basics in the deck. We got them all. Might as well. All the triggers. We still have to attack, unfortunately, to finish it off. So opponent's being a good sport, though. Thank you, Hasegawa, for letting us do the thing. GG, opponent. All right, and we're back for the post-game wrap. So 40 games, 65%. Not bad at all. 65% is great. We love to see that, especially from a mid-rangey deck like this. Now, we did struggle against mono red, but I will admit, at least 2 of those games, we just didn't ever see. Our elves got bolted, and then we got unfortunate and never found a third land. So, and just mono red on the play is just almost impossible to beat. So mono red, it's going to be a struggle. This is not a deck that is going to crush mono red, but we didn't get demolished by them. We did win 2 games against mono red. And other than that, the mono black 5 and 2, not bad at all. We also did pretty good against a couple of the mirror decks that we faced, and the blue green spells crab beans list that is getting pretty popular with Storm Chasers talent and all that. We did good against them. So the deck felt great. It was not hard at all to ramp, and just one Genesis Wave or one well-timed Smuggler Surprise just absolutely closed out the games. I even had a game, my very last win here, if you click on this view replay here, you can actually see how the games progress, which is a very cool new feature of Untapped GG, by the way. If you've never used this feature before, you can actually go back and watch these games and see how they played out if you're really interested. So that's super cool. And you can actually see the games that I didn't record. If you want to just see like a matchup maybe you didn't see in the video, you can click these. So thanks to Untapped for being awesome and making a feature like that. But in this last game here, I actually multi 4 and still won. So don't ever give up. Mulligan well. Make sure that you don't keep a handful of 7 drops if you can't do anything with them. It's very important to mulligan well with this deck. Sometimes it's going to feel bad. It's going to feel bad to go to 6 or 5 because we run it with a lot of 7 drops, and there's going to be games where you just have 2 lands and a whole bunch of big things. And so mulligans are really important. You can easily go to 5 with this and go turn 1 Elves, turn 2 Overlord, turn 3 some other ramp spell, and then you just draw into the big stuff. Like, we have a very consistent amount of things in the deck to help us get there. So mulligan aggressively, make sure that you're not keeping hands where you cannot ramp and you can't do anything. So just a very important thing to understand, because if you decide to craft this deck, that's going to be your biggest mistake, is just keeping a hand that is not proactive enough. And then also, it's also really important to know when to hold on to those Genesis waves for a little bit longer and just keep playing things out of your hand, or when to time those Smuggler surprises. So yeah, it's a very simple deck, but it does need to be played with finesse to be played well. So keep that in mind. Think your decisions through. Don't do something if you're playing against an opponent where if you Genesis Wave for 7 and you can't win that turn, then they're gonna Sunfall you next turn. Wait until you can guarantee a win, or you can at least refill your hand with some Vaultborn Tyrant triggers or something. So patience is key. Like some games you just ramp and kill them on turn 4 or 5 and it's great, but some games you got to be patient. So I'm sorry for rambling. I love this deck. I really feel passionate about this kind of strategy because I feel like of all the combo-y, unfair feeling decks out there, this is the one that at least most embodies what I believe Magic should be. It's ramping and playing big stuff and winning with big stuff and just being over the top, and I love it. So I just want to make sure if you do decide to craft this that you actually have a good time with it. So sorry for the rant, sorry for the rambling. I just want to make sure you have fun. And if you enjoyed watching this, I hope you'll take a quick moment to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate every single one of those, and I will catch you in the next one.